everyone, welcome back to Higher Self Tarot. This is Addison. I run this channel. In case you haven't been here before, welcome, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button before we get started on our reading. I would love to have you join our little family over here. I call you all my lovelies. Today's reading was actually inspired by one of my Etsy clients. If you haven't checked out my Etsy shop, go and do that after the reading. I have very affordable prices and we can get so much more in-depth and personal in a one-on-one video reading. Anyways, this Etsy client is actually at a career crossroads and not sure if she should continue on the path that she's on because she's invested so much time and energy into where she is today, or if she should go in this completely new direction. And I empathize with that because I've been there before. You know, sometimes you no longer feel fulfilled in your career, but you're not sure if that fulfillment is because you're on the wrong path entirely or just because some adjustments need to be made. And I remember when I was going through a career change myself, I was consulting a lot of these pick a card readings so that I could know if I was crazy, if I was going insane, or if this was really the direction that was meant for me. So I wanted to offer a reading to my viewers for this as well, or anyone that's at a career crossroads in their life and doesn't know if they should keep forging ahead, if things are better on the other side, or if it's time to completely give up and go in a new direction. So I have pulled from several different tarot decks and oracle decks for this reading, and I've created 7 different piles. Now, pile number 7 will be designated for my lovely Etsy client. Her name is Allison, by the way. If you feel called to pile number 7, that's no mistake. It means that message is for you as well. So here in just a second, I will flash a picture up of each of the piles, and we will get started on the reading. All right, see you guys there. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's get into the tarot cards first, and then we'll look at the oracle cards. I want to see what's going on in your career and what advice Spirit has for you in regards to which direction to go. Okay, the first card is 6 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and 5 of Pentacles. And the last tarot card we have here, these are cards I created, so there's not pictures, but this is 6 of Swords. And it literally says, taking yourself away from a lousy situation, getting yourself out. This card also says, recognizing what you gained or learned from a painful period, but realizing you no longer need to stay. Moving homes or jobs, seeking calmer waters, getting away from the storm. So it sounds like you guys really are meant to be going into a different direction. I do feel that whatever career you were in before, you've been in for quite some time because of the 6 of Cups card, or your current career or job could be somehow connected to your family, people in your family, or just some really close relationships that you know are going to be maybe disappointed by this change in career. And I also see that for some period, you guys will be losing financially. You know, maybe this certain career you're in right now gives you quite a bit of money for a living, and that might be part of what's been holding you back or making you second guess this career change. Okay, so this card is just Spirit acknowledging that yes, for a time, you know, finances will be tight, but you are absolutely supposed to go on this new path. And it could be business ownership, but we'll see once we get into the cards. But pages always represent like a student of something, so you're leaving behind something that's very familiar to you, maybe something that you are, you know, a master at, to go towards something that is new and unfamiliar. Let's see what the oracle cards have to say. Okay, we have step out of your comfort zone. This is North Node. So our South Node represents, yes, something that's very familiar, something we're comfortable doing, but it's not fulfilling. In order to be fulfilled in our lifetime, we have to go towards our North Node, which I'm not sure which yours is, but I would recommend looking up your North Node placement and reading a little bit about it. But yeah, that's confirmation. Again, get out of your comfort zone. Go where you're uncomfortable but intrigued. Okay, we have the Moon in Sagittarius card. And this says, be prepared to be adaptable, as plans you have laid may take an unexpected course. And I see that here with this Five of Pentacles. I definitely feel that part of the reason you are holding back from making this move is because you realize it's going to be uncomfortable, a little bit unreliable at first, and very risky to do what you're doing, the career you've been in up to this point. Or if you're not yet in the career force, then maybe this is about a change in degree. Maybe you're already like so close to graduating and just now realizing that you don't think this is the degree you want to use. You're going to have to start over again. That's fine. Spirit wants you to do just like it says in the card. Be prepared to be adaptable. Make changes. Okay. This card says, reaching your destination, the light is shining brightly. Your light is shining brightly. And then we have the Thief card, the Mentor, the Artist, which is Venus. We have Success, second house, which is the house of like assets and finances, as well as Aries, the Radical. Okay, so I definitely see that you guys have accomplished a lot in your career or your education up to this point. And I think you're a bit overwhelmed because it's like you're almost to the very top of whatever it is you've been doing up to this point. Maybe getting like a major sort of promotion, or like getting the keys to the family business, something like that. But you need to shift. Okay, your assets, your finances, they will be okay after kind of a difficult period. Not difficult, but just an unknown. You may have to use some of your money to invest in this dream of yours. And I do think it has something to do with, it's something creative with the Artist. I'm seeing like business ownership, which will allow you to kind of create your own vision for what you're wanting. Yeah, something with like sales, business ownership, something where you're like selling yourself as a person to the public, or selling items, a business where you're selling, items. That's kind of what I'm seeing, like on Etsy, or something like that. Let me see if I can, and, or for some of you, this will be for some, this could have to do with the body, like a gym ownership, or a workout instructor, or something that is outdoors and very physical. Okay, it feels like you need to be out of your home it feels like you need to be outside much more than you are in general. But some of you, I think, will want to take that on into a career. But this is a career where you're selling yourself. You could even be interested in becoming like a life coach, a YouTuber, an Etsy shop owner, yeah, like a mentor of some sort. But yeah, this will be a career that'll be ever adapting. So it's going to be very different from the career that you've been in up to this point, which was probably like a steady paycheck, or, organized this, or practical, regular that. And you're moving towards something that's going to ebb and flow. There's going to be periods of lots of wealth, and then periods where it's going to be a little slower. So it's a career that's going to have seasons, highs and lows, and constant changes too with this Aries. It's like you're constantly going to have to adapt and change based on the trends, the styles, what your audience wants from you, what your clients want from you. But you're going to be very good, very, very good at this career, which is why Spirit wants you to move towards that North Node and leave this past behind you. I'm really curious to know what your North Node specifically is. So if you want to comment that below, I can expand upon these messages that Spirit's already giving us through this reading. But so, okay, you came here with the question of, do I make this career change? Do I leave this behind? And it's very, very obvious. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You need to leave your current career or your current studies behind and move towards this new thing, this thing that you're really more in control of, this thing that is more adaptable, more creative for you, and move towards that. But I will say, make sure you're spending wisely, and be actively saving just a little bit of everything you earn and make to put towards like a safety net for this new career, which will be very ebb and flow, very adaptable. You could even, I'm feeling lots of like life coach, like mentorship, or where you are creating things and selling them online, or doing like YouTube videos, something like this, okay? All right, comment below, let me know how this resonated for you, and don't forget to leave me a thumbs up before you head out, and I will see you guys in the next pick a card video that I do. Love you. Hi, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. Have a seat, get comfy. Let's see what's going on in your career and whether or not you should keep pressing forward, or if it's time to change directions and do something different. Okay, the first card we have is 3 of Swords. Then we have Wheel of Fortune, 2 of Pentacles. We have 8 of Swords. This is a tarot deck that I created. And there's one other tarot behind here. Okay, and then we have the Hermit. Okay, obviously you guys are going through some sort of heartache, and this could have to do with there could be a relationship or relationships involved in this career change you're considering, okay? But I do see with this card that it's time for a new cycle. And I do see that you're juggling potentially 2 different options before yourself. And both of these both feel like new options, okay? And in fact, some of you that chose this pile may have been forced out of your career. So maybe laid off or fired. So it kind of forced you into a new cycle that was a bit painful for you, and I don't think it was wanted at the time, or you may have just been too scared to break yourself free, so the universe kind of did it for you in some sense. So that could have been through being laid off or fired, or through some sort of heartbreak, some sort of relationship that was severed and kind of forced you out of where you were previously. So right now you're in a period of kind of solace and spiritual growth, really contemplating what it is your soul wants. And then here too, with this stage 8 of mentality, it says, a mental triumph, no longer listening to the negative voices in one's head, no longer keeping oneself blind to the truth, no longer playing the victim. So that's what you're moving into, which is really, really amazing. It's really great. I think your head finally has room to dream a little bit, contemplate the future, based on what's happened in the past and how you're going to move forward. Your new job feels like the new job that you head towards. For you guys, this may not be actually about a complete career change. I think this is about an adjustment to your current career path. I'm not feeling like you guys are in the wrong career entirely, like the last pile that I did. It feels like you guys might have been in a bad work environment in general, or just not in a good company, not with good bosses or coworkers, something like that. So I feel like if you stay in your current career arena but move towards, you clearly need to be in a different company, surrounded by different people, or stay in the same career path but do something, get a career or a job that allows you to work from home a little bit more. Because I feel like you guys are the type of people that get really overwhelmed quite easily by other people's energies. And so when there's like drama going on in the workplace, it feels like you get not involved, you don't add to the drama, but you get weighed down by it. It stresses you out. You're very sensitive to the way other people like talk to you and behave towards you. And it just distracts you. So I do see that you guys work much more efficiently when you're kind of off on your own. Like You know what needs to be done. You're going to take care of it, but you're going to do it by yourself. So you need a career that allows you some breathing room and some ability to like work on your own, not with like groups of people, or not like having to be the one selling something to somebody else. You can kind of work behind the scenes. But let's see what the oracle cards have to say. We have full moon in Scorpio. It says it's time to release negativity. We have the full moon, which says take time to relax, recharge, and replenish your inner strength, which I think a lot of you have been forced into doing, probably because of the coronavirus. I know that killed a lot of jobs for a lot of people, but this reading's timeless. So for those of you coming to this reading in the future, I just think something forced you guys to have to be at home for a bit and away from the drama of the workplace, which was so needed for you guys. We have the impasse, which says reflect and redirect your energy. We have the seeker, which is very much like the hermit card. It says thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. And then we have the slave. Look at how opposite these two cards are. This person's really trapped, and this one's completely free. The slave says surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. We have the great nurturer, which is the moon. It says I give and receive nourishment. Sixth house, which is the work house, the employee house. And then the numinous, mystery, the unknown. Okay, so I feel like you guys are amazing employees. But, you know, the message I keep getting is, okay, here's the message I'm getting. I think that it makes sense that you guys go into a new work environment completely. For those of you that are still at your same job and you're contemplating whether or not to stay or go, so this is for the people who weren't laid off or forced out of their job, you do have an option here. You do have an option, is what Spirit is saying, to actually stay at your job and make it more bearable for you. And that's going to be really setting boundaries between yourself and others. You guys get very weighed down. Everyone who chose this pile, you get very weighed down by other people's energies. And, you know, you're very empathic, and that's a gift in a lot of ways, but it's a gift that has to be managed with care. Okay. So there really has to be lines drawn in the sand between you and others, and, getting yourself involved either out of pity or empathy with other people's dramas. It just gets in your way, and it's not, I feel like a lot of people abuse that nurturing energy that you have. Okay, they take advantage of it, and you're too sweet to kind of draw the line and say, look, I can't do this. Like I have work to do. I have my own things to do and take care of. So it's kind of like you have voluntarily, in a lot of ways, made yourself a slave to your work environment. You have the option to stand up for yourself a little more, draw some more boundaries, okay, and stay away from the people that seem to get sucked into negativity all the time, and you need to move towards something else. So you could either try and cultivate that, make those changes for yourself at your current work environments, maybe even asking your boss to give you a different office or move to a different location or allow you to work from home a little bit more in the future, or moving to a different company entirely and just starting fresh. And which sometimes is easier because people don't know you. You can show up and automatically set those boundaries. I understand it's a little bit more difficult to do that when people already know you as the type of person who does allow this and does allow that and will let me talk to them for 3 hours straight about my personal sagas. So yeah, I feel like that needs to happen for sure for everyone. I do think most of you are on the right in the right job. I feel like for a lot of you that chose this particular group, your life purpose isn't really about what specific career you're in. Your life purpose is really about what relationships you have, what role you're playing in those relationships. Your soul is growing the most through impacting others on a one-on-one basis, just wherever you go. Okay. So the specific career that you're in, it's like all that really matters as far as where you're working is how you're feeling in your work environment and how you are interacting with other people, okay? So, and I think you guys already felt that too. Like a lot of your life's work and importance and the legacy you guys are leaving behind to humanity is going to have to do, it's going to be at a more personal level. It's going to be with, you know, the children that you have, with the spouse that you have, with the way that you are, so you're just so good at connecting with people, you know, and help touching people's lives in a very personal one-on-one interaction type of way. Okay. So you guys are figuring out that energy right now. And one of the downsides of that energy is that you kind of suck people to you like a light does with moths. And it's important not to just give yourself completely to your whole environment and everyone around you all the time. It will drain you and it will make you miserable no matter where you're working, okay? So after you guys go through this, this phase here, you're in a learning phase of setting boundaries, okay? After you guys go through this and triumph over it, okay, and make the changes you need to make, then I feel like you could come back and revisit a pick a card reading, maybe about your career and a major change in your career path and all of that. But if what I'm hearing from Spirit is that first, this little hiccup needs to be cleared up and taken care of, you know, in a permanent way, so that you could even get to that next step of actually thinking about maybe a bigger, grander dream of yours and accomplishing it, okay? I know that's not what a lot of you want to hear, and I understand this energy because I've dealt with it myself. You guys may have some Cancer in your chart, for example, some Cancer or Leo, because I see that a lot with Cancers and Leos. I'm a Cancer rising and a Leo sun. So that's really what needs to be done. Okay, so don't run away from this challenge. If you do run away from this challenge or you don't do, you're going to notice that Spirit and the universe keeps putting you in situations where people are going to continue doing this, continue going over the line, continue kind of taking advantage of your nurturing energy. As soon as you step up to the challenge and draw those boundaries, set those boundaries, you'll notice that this isn't a problem for you anymore. That these sort of circumstances and the types of people that keep getting thrown your way are no longer the type to try and abuse this or try and take advantage. And it's because you've passed that test, you've passed the level of the game that you were meant to pass. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what your rising sun and moon sign are, and especially if you've got any Cancer in there like me. And I'm praying for you guys. You guys are true empaths, and that's a blessing and a curse put together. And I totally understand you. And but you guys will be able to overcome this. I know you will. But yeah, let's get talking in the comments. I love chit-chatting with you guys down there, and I will see you at the next pick a card reading. All right, I love you guys. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Go ahead and have a seat, grab a snack, and let's get into this. I want to see what sort of changes are going on in your career, and yeah, what Spirit has to say about you making a big career change, or perhaps just pushing through and staying on the path that you are in. So we have Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and the Justice card. This is Libra energy, so you guys may be Libras. Okay, I have 2 more tarots that I'm going to pull out first, and then we'll get into the oracles after I interpret the tarot. Okay, we have a spiritual growth. These are cards that I actually created. It says, gaining insights, innovative and inventive ideas from the divine, meant to process and then share with others, opening the mind to new ways of thinking, seeking ways to innovate the mind, scientific study of mental activity, new ways of healing and nurturing the brain, brand new thoughts and ideas. Okay, and then from this tarot deck, we have knowledge. That's perfect. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I do feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, you guys have either been offered a new job, like someone has sought you out, or perhaps a promotion. Okay, maybe you've been offered some sort of promotion or to move in a totally new department in the job that you are in. And if you haven't yet, then I feel like that's going to be coming soon. This could be some sort of government position as well, or yeah, have to do with the government or legal stuff. Could have to do with like the legal department in your company. And I feel like you're hesitating because you're worried if this new department or new job is going to be if it's going to be very burdensome, if it's not quite right for you. Okay, so this feels like, yeah, a career opportunity has been sprung on you. This isn't something you had thought of doing before, and it was brought to you and you're contemplating it, because I feel like most of you are kind of okay with where you were at, and you have some worries about moving towards this new position or raise or promotion. I'm not sure exactly what it is you were offered. Comment below and let me know. And the reason is because you've been recognized for your intelligence. You're obviously extremely bright, very level-headed with this Justice card here, very bright, and you have an innovative way of thinking, and they want your ideas. And I do feel like they are, I don't know if pay's been discussed, but they're willing to pay you quite a bit for basically your mind. It could be like an advertising or HR or something government or legal related. We'll see as we get into the Oracle cards. I'm feeling some good energy off of these cards already. I feel like this is an opportunity you should take, that it's going to be well worth your while, even though you're feeling kind of unsure about it. But we'll see what the Oracle cards say. Okay, we have New Moon in Virgo. It says time to give rather than take. We have the Blue Moon, and it says now is a powerful time to set long-term goals and sow seeds for the future. Okay, I'm already getting some more messages, but I'll wait until I show you these. Okay, the Desert Passage, it says trust, there's a divine plan. We have the Trickster. It says transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Kind of reminds me of the Magician card in the tarot. And then we have the Student, and it says humility and devotion to knowledge, openness, and lifelong learning. We have the Leader, beautiful, which is represented by the Sun. It says, I lead from the heart. We have Saturn, which is the planet of wisdom. And then we have the 8th house, which is the house of intimacy or like other people's assets. It says investments, contracts, intensity, inheritance. Okay, so I feel like yeah, this feels like some sort of promotion, a leadership position. You're being recognized for just how smart and wise and brilliant you are. And I'm not sure why you're contemplating it, unless it just feels like you guys don't trust what's being offered. But I would say to definitely trust it. This opportunity has been brought to you from the divine, from the universe. So they're going to make sure it works out for you. And you are really, yeah, your job, especially with this 8th house and then the Virgo, a time to give rather than take, this job opportunity is going to be all about you really pouring investment and knowledge into other people. It's like you have something that a lot of these people at your job or just in the world in general don't have. You have some sort of knowledge, some sort of way of thinking. And I feel like you guys are the type of people that have become really brilliant and knowledgeable kind of on your own. I don't think you guys are the type of people that have really thought or considered like mentoring people or pouring a lot of your time into other people, if that makes sense. But you're being given an opportunity to do that. And you have been questioning it because you're like, well, I've never thought about doing this. Like, shouldn't I only go after, take opportunities for things that have like been in my head for a long time that I've wanted to do? Because I haven't really considered that. I don't know if I'd really fit right in that position. But this is Spirit saying, yes, absolutely, you will. And you're going to grow to love it. You're going to grow to love it. And the people you're going to be leading in this position or even just around are really going to learn a lot from you. You're very yes, very knowledgeable, but you feel like the type of people that would rather become burdened down, kind of doing the same thing forever than to go into something new, okay? But that's part of why you were chosen for this position anyways. They want someone that's going to be in it for the long haul, and your stability in life, Saturn, is kind of what's made you eye-worthy for this position, because you are smart, you are stable. But yeah, so take the Spirit's like, take the opportunity, even if you have to think of it as, well, I'm doing this really for them. It's going to be more for them than it is for me. I've never really been interested in doing this. Spirit's like, okay, go ahead, do it. Because yeah, you do have a lot to offer them, and you will grow to love it. You're going to grow to love it. It says here, I lead from the heart. You know, you're a person with a lot of integrity. You're very genuine. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting from these cards. You're not power hungry at all, which is so perfect. Like, that's exactly what they need for this position. So take the job, okay? It'll be good. You'll really, really grow to love it. All right. And you'll be learning a lot through it as well. New things about yourself as a person that you wouldn't have been able to learn without taking this opportunity. Okay. So comment below. Let me know what this job is that's been offered, or position, or what you think may be offered to you if you haven't been yet. For those of you that weren't like tangibly offered something, then it's some sort of idea that's only just recently popped into your head, or maybe that other people around you have said, oh, have you ever thought about doing this? You should do that. You would be so good at it. And you're like, really? I hadn't thought of that before. Okay, so something like that. But I will leave you guys here, and I'll see you at the next Pick a Card reading. Thank you. Bye. Hi, pile number 4, and welcome to your reading. Take a seat, grab a snack or a drink, and get comfy, and we'll get into what's going on with your career, what advice Spirit has for you. So far, all the piles have been very thorough and very different and unique from one another, so I am very curious to see what's going on with you guys. We'll start with the tarot, and then after interpreting that, I'll pull out the oracle cards. Okay, we have the 6 of Wands, the Moon card. This is Pisces energy, so you all may have some Pisces in your chart. And 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, and then from my tarot deck that I created, these aren't for sale yet. I just made this one deck. It was a lot of fun though, but maybe someday. We have the Company of Endeavors. It says a world, group, or organization that is driven and passionate and conquers their goals, an inspiring community, a social community, a fun and exciting world filled with endless possibilities, a warm tropical place, exercise group, or creative community. And then the last tarot card we have is the Death card. All right. Okay, so with the Death and the Moon card, this feels like this could have to do with psychology, or what's the name of the people who like investigate crime scenes or deal with the bodies afterwards, or it could even have to do with something like more spiritual or underworldy. Okay, it feels like a darker energy, or it could even have to do with investment, or being able to kind of financially advise people, very successful, powerful people. Okay, the whole energy coming off of this group is like it's about success, power, money, sex, death. Like, it feels a very scorpionic 8th house type of energy. And I do see that this card literally means victory and success, like having the spotlight, having the accreditation to do this. I feel like you guys are definitely the type, if you're not already in a career in which you get a lot of power and recognition and even fame, then that's not the career for you. You guys are not meant to be like behind the scenes, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 employees. You need power. You need power. You need to be able to uncover secrets, investigate, and you need a lot of money. So any job, you know, some people are meant to or enjoy careers that are, you know, basic, simple, you know, they pour a lot of their time and energy and their soul's purpose into what goes on after work, right? You know, family, vacation, home. You guys are actually meant to pour a lot of your time and energy into your career, okay? That's what your soul came down here to do. So if you're not in a job that allows you to do that, then you need to get into one. In fact, you guys are meant to be in some sort of career that doesn't have regular hours. Maybe something where you're even working on weekends or working a night shift, like where your schedule's a bit wonky, but you're getting that money. Like even nursing or being a doctor, you know, they have to work those crazy hours. That could even be, some of you may be interested in something like that, but it's something that changes and gives you a sense of power and like a crap ton of money. But let's see what the like psychology or something like that. Let's see what the oracle cards have to say. Okay, we have Leo. So you guys may be Leos or have that prominently in your chart. I have one more. Okay. And we have Mercury, which is the planet of communication. So Leo, again, especially with this card, it's like something where you are spotlighted. You are kind of the center of attention when it comes to this career that you're going towards, okay? And you are listened to, you are respected, you are awarded, people are kind of in awe of you. So this could even have to do with performance. Maybe some of you are interested in becoming like a famous singer or an actor, okay? Something like that. Okay, we have the super moon. It says emotions are running high. And then we have the owl. And this says, a crisis will allow you to look into yourself and make an important revelation. Okay, so maybe you guys are already going through this death and this moon experience where you kind of feel in the dark about what it is your life is supposed to be about, where it is you want to go. And maybe that's why you came to this reading, because you have no clue and you're in a really dark place. So for those of you that resonates with, just know that this crisis is purposeful. It was to bring you to this reading today, okay? If you wouldn't have had that crisis, if you wouldn't have dealt with that depression or that darkness, you wouldn't have started questioning these things about your life, okay? We have, literally this card has power on it, stepping into power. It says, you are strong beyond measure. Wow. Whew, the destroyer. Doesn't that go with death and power? Releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for a new life. We have the child eternal, which this card gives me a lot of Leo energy. Determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. Then we have the engineer. Ability to give creative energy a practical expression. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. And then we have another Mercury card, the merchant. This says, opportunities to prosper are everywhere. Logical, discerning, flexible, financial, psychological, creative, communicative, social, brilliant, quick, evaluative, technical, inventive. Okay, so I think those of you that chose this pile are in a dark place and you're starting to come out of it. So there's this rebirth happening. And I think that what led you to this kind of dark, depressive place in life has to do with you guys having this well of creative power that society or your family or your childhood taught you to just shove down and bury and get on with life, okay? But that creative power had to be expressed in some way. So it was because you weren't allowing it to express itself, it was coming out in negative ways. So this could have to do with I don't know, like negative relationships, gravitating towards drama in relationships, addictions, or sort of like negative spirals. It was like you were craving creativity so bad that you were creating creativity in your life through ups and downs. You know, it's like, well, if I've got to be in this if I got to have this boring life and I can't express my creativity, then I'll create some dramas in my life. I'll crash and burn every once in a while, because then at least the excitement of having to pick myself back up and start over will be more exciting than my life just being like this. Okay, so Spirit has brought everything to this sort of culmination to get you to realize this. You are not crazy, okay? You are not depressed. you are burying your creative power underneath the surface. And once you allow it to come out and you tap into it, all of these problems are going to go away. And all the crazy excitement that you really need as a person is going to get to come out in your career. I'm feeling a lot of actors came to this pile. A lot of singers and artists came to this pile. And you guys don't even know you're any of these things yet because it's been so buried. But you guys are. I feel like those of you that chose this pile don't even go around calling yourself a creative person. If you had to make a list of like top 10 words to describe you, you wouldn't have chosen creative or passionate, but you guys are. You guys were just taught to shut it off. You were taught to be ashamed of it. So now that you're going through this period, you're about to awaken that creativity, that you're awakening the poet that's inside of you. And yeah, those of you that chose this pile could either be singers, artists, dancers, actors, psychologist, like a FBI agent or an undercover agent, or a what are those people that like an investigator, a private investigator, or like a YouTube star. You know, that can be a very creative dream, or a blogger or an author. It's like something like that, and you guys will be recognized. You'll be recognized for your creativity. You will be the spotlight of, and that career is going to give you so much excitement, so many ups and downs on its own, that all these sort of issues that have been going on in your personal life and your finances are they're gonna go away. Because then then it's like you won't be trying to get out these creative urges by destroying things around you, okay? Because you're going to be getting it out in your career. So comment below and let me know what career you guys are about to go into, what it is that interests you, because for this group, there's so much power with you guys, so much creative power. You could literally do anything as soon as you allow that creative power to come out. So I feel like there's kind of an array of different career paths that this group is interested in. So comment below and let me know. I love talking to you guys down in the comments. And hit the thumbs up before you head out, and go ahead and subscribe so I can see you guys in the next reading. All right, love you. Hi, pile number 5, and welcome to your reading. Go ahead and take a seat, get comfy, and we'll get into what's going on in your career, which direction you need to go, and what your path forward looks like. I'm so excited to look into this. We'll start with the tarot cards, and then I'll move on to the oracles after I interpret the tarot. Okay, so we have 7 of Pentacles. We have 10 of Cups. That's my favorite card in the deck. I actually did a watercolor of that card that's hanging in my entryway. Okay, and then we have Temperance. This is Sagittarius energy, so you may be a Sag or have that prominently in your chart. This is a tarot deck I created. I don't have it for sale yet, but I may in the future. It's stage 6 of endeavors, and this says winning, victory, recognition, moving forward on your own terms, calling the shots, an award, moving with confidence into the future, getting the spotlight, being honored for your efforts. And then the last tarot card I have is, this is 8 of Pentacles. What does that say? Circumspection, sorry. And that's Sun in Virgo. Okay, so that's that hard worker. Okay, so we have both of these cards are kind of talking about like a long journey, a long effort towards something. And I think you guys have come to this reading because it's not that you don't want this journey anymore. It's not that you don't want this thing that you've been after all these years. It's that you haven't bore any fruit from it. So you're questioning this path. Like, am I crazy? Is this not actually meant for me? And that's why I'm not being rewarded for this, because I've been trying for so long. Like, maybe it's time to give up. But to that, I want to say it is not time to give up. Both of these cards indicate that you are going to bear fruit from this dream that you're after, from this journey that you're on. And this is also an acknowledgement that, yes, it has taken a long time. Spirit is aware of that. But it's taken a long time for a reason, okay? I think that's what this guardian angel card is all about for you guys. Like everything's working out just as it should behind the scenes. In fact, they really wanted you to come to this reading so that they could congratulate you on all of your effort and let you know that a lot of good karma is coming your way for all the hard work that you've put into this. And they're really, really proud of you. And I think for some of you, there are loved ones that have passed on, okay? Like a father or mother or some sort of family member that wanted to come in and say that they really, really love you and they've been watching over you and they're so proud of all of the effort that you've put into making this dream a reality. And so they do not want you to give up on this. They do not want you to give up on this, okay? So keep working towards this dream. Your reward is coming in time, okay? Let's see what the oracle cards have to say. Okay, we have a third house. And then we have the square, which is a challenge in astrology, okay? Look, full moon in Capricorn. It says the end of a tough cycle approaches. You guys are almost there, okay? We have moon in Cancer, and it says spend time with family or helping others. Avoid situations that can be a drain on your emotions, okay? I do feel like you guys have a really, really great family, a great ancestry behind you in all of this. I think that card is touching on maybe the fact that you're burning yourself out a little bit, okay? You're putting so much into this and wanting the reward so badly that you think the solution is, well, spend 12 hours a day doing it then instead of 8. And, oh, I haven't seen results yet, so I'm going to now spend 13 hours doing it. But they're saying, no, don't do that. The way to get more quickly toward the result that you're after is by leading a balanced life, okay? So taking the appropriate amount and putting that towards work, but then also making sure you're allocating an appropriate amount towards family and fun, okay? There has to be a balance. There has to be a balance. So don't overwork yourself. The goal is yours. The prize is yours. You're going to get it. We've received confirmation of that, and you will actually get there quicker if you're balancing out work with play. Look, it says watching clouds. Lie back, rest, and relax. Okay, you guys just need to chill a little bit. Okay, we have the gossip card, which that kind of goes with that third house of perception. It says awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. And then we have the bully, which says highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. And then we have the king, which is the sun. It says, I powerfully lead my mission. Regal, powerful, passionate, courageous, sovereign, responsible, benevolent, creative, innovative, decisive, directive, inspiring, visionary, respected. Okay, so I feel like a lot of you guys, especially with this square going on, you being overworked, you overworking yourself is starting to kind of harm the relationships in your life. And that is what, including the relationship you have towards yourself, and that's what has caused you to question this path. But Spirit is saying, no, the path you're on is correct. The path is not what is destroying your personal life, okay? It's not the path that's destroying it. It's not your dream and your goal that's destroying these things. Don't give up on that. It's simply the way you are you're traveling. It's how you are choosing to go on the journey. If you stop and actually balance out your life, balance out the time between work and friends and family, these negative things you're experiencing aren't going to happen because you are on the right path. Some of you may be on some sort of path that involves you being like in a leadership position or a boss over other employees. And because you are overworking yourself, putting so much pressure on yourself, it is skewing your perspective of things, okay? And it's for those of you that work like at a company, it's harming the people underneath you, okay? And I know you're not meaning to do that. I mean, you're the type of person that sets the standard so high for themselves, way higher than you would set it even for other people, that when you're asking other people to do things or talking to other people in a certain way, to you, you're being generous, you're being extra kind, but you've got the standard set a little too high for yourself. There needs to be a practice of being kinder to yourself, because whenever you're kinder to yourself, it trickles down to the people around you and underneath you, and they need that. You are meant to be like the king, like the sun, and the sun leads from the heart. The king leads from the heart. It's warm, it's friendly. Yes, it gets things done. Yes, it's taking charge and showing others the way, but it's operating from the heart, okay? So that's really the only shift that needs to change. And if you can do that, for those of you in a company hoping to get up to like a certain position, get promoted, that's the shift that's needed to get there, to become the CEO or the advisor, whatever it is that you're after. That's the shift that's needed, is just changing your perception towards others, changing your perception towards like how much time needs to be spent at work versus with home and family. Putting equal value on both of those things is going to sharpen your character and heal that inner critic that you have within you, which because I think a lot of us, we think we have to have that inner critic in order to reach our goals. We think we've got to be so tough on ourselves, so hard on ourselves. And yeah, if I wasn't so mean to myself in my head, I would have never gotten this goal. I would have never accomplished that. When in reality, that's a lie. If anything, that mean, harsh critic holds us back a little bit. If you can get rid of that, you'll actually go much farther, much quicker. And that's the truth. So make some more time to relax, but don't question this dream. The dream is yours. You're on the right path. Just be a little kinder to yourself. Give yourself a little bit of fun, okay? So I hope this reading resonated with you, and don't forget to leave me a comment below before you head out, and let me know, what specifically it is that you're after, what goal it is that you're chasing. And if you all need a personal reading, check out my Etsy shop. I leave the link in my bio for that, okay? I would love to connect with you guys there, but I will let you go for now, and I'll see you at the next Pick a Card reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 6. Welcome to your reading. Go ahead and take a seat, grab a snack or a drink, and make yourself at home. And we'll get into your reading and see what Spirit has to say about a potential career change or forging harder, faster on the career path you're already on, and what needs to happen. Okay, we have the Fool, Four of Swords, and Three of Cups. And then from my tarot deck that I created, we have the Contemplator of Feelings. It says, being persuaded or seduced by something or someone that is merely deceiving you or themselves. And then the last card that we have is Domination, which is the Two of Wands. So, okay, there is something, I'm picking up on a few different messages. One second, let me look at these. It feels like you took a leap of faith into something. You took a leap of faith into something. And I think for a lot of you, coronavirus had a big part in how this turned out, because it feels like as soon as you stepped into it, it was shut down or kind of impossible to do anything with, which really sucked, because you kind of left behind something more secure and stable to walk towards this sort of venture or idea. I do feel like it has to do with some friendship circles that you're in, like someone that you know personally kind of persuaded you into doing something, and kind of made a lot of promises that didn't turn out to be true, but they're telling you, well, it's because of coronavirus. Or for those of you watching this in the future after that has passed, then it's like they're blaming it on like external circumstances, and oh, well, it's because this is going on, but don't worry, like that'll be over in a few months, and then you'll have all this money that I told you could. I'm picking up on a lot of like what are those called, like the pyramid scheme business type of venture. So like selling like oils or Herbalife, or I don't know, something like that, or like the makeup Avon. And yeah, and I think the main message I'm getting is it's not that it's not working out because of coronavirus or anything external. It's just because this type of venture that this person pulled you into really just isn't working in general. I don't see that really much is going to come of this thing. So if you're pouring a lot of money into it or a lot of investment, I would say to pull back from that. Yeah, it feels like this person, yeah, it's one of those, or like that Tupperware thing, because it feels like in order to make money off of this, you have to be interacting with people or like going to people's homes, which is kind of impossible right now. So that's the excuse they're kind of giving for this not bringing in a lot of income. But I don't know, it feels like to me like it's just not going to be bringing in that much anyways. You can continue to do it, I think, but this isn't like the big dream goal for you. I think you're meant to do something else with your life that isn't really attached to this thing that you currently started doing, if that makes sense. But let's get into the oracle cards and see what they have to say. We have the 10th house of reputation and career, and the 11th house, and this is of friendship groups. We have the messenger card, which is all about Mercury. It says, I bring the light of awareness. We have new moon in Pisces. It says, meditate and contemplate. We have the dark moon, and this says, spend time in contemplation and meditation in order to seek greater understanding of yourself and those around you. We have voyage of the heart. It says, love flows through you and to you. We have the Don Juan. It says, spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. And then the artist. And it says, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. Okay, so I do feel like you guys are meant to be in some sort of like sales type environment, but not like what you're doing currently. You seem very persuasive and very good with people. So I do think there is a place for you, some sort of career for you that has to do with that's somewhat competitive, like I don't know, like YouTube or Etsy or something online like Facebook. But it's not. You shouldn't be giving a lot of your money to this pyramid scheme that you've been pulled into, because you're really good with people and you're very creative. So you need something that is a little more lighthearted, something that's a little bit more playful, and that you're not having to pour your money into it in order to make it happen. So even like blogging or even like a what's that called? Like a volunteer organization, like a nonprofit organization. You guys would be really good at that, like being in charge of like the advertising for that, or like being the face of a brand, yeah, for like a nonprofit or something where you've got to pull in donations, which people that are in those positions make a lot of money, but so that would be much better than what you're currently in, because you're good at bringing people together, even like fundraising, something that's about fundraising or about setting up an event, for something in the arts, like at a place that performs plays or yeah, something like that. Okay, so you guys are meant to either to be like the face of a brand, because people are attracted to you. You pull them towards you. So you could raise money for causes or for organizations, or like an Instagram influencer, anything like that, where you're getting to be the face of the brand and communicate it. You guys will pull in money doing that. And I see that that's similar to what you're trying out right now, but you need to give that up. Okay. You need something that really puts more of the power into you, and which you don't have to spend money on in order to earn money back. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But so comment below, let me know what job this is that was offered to you. I'm really curious, and I'll definitely take time to respond to you guys. I like chit-chatting down there, and I will leave you here for now, and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I post my next reading. I do a new pick card reading every week, and I am more than open to suggestions about what you would like the next reading to be about. So I will let you guys go. Love you. See you at the next reading. Bye. Hi, Pile 7. Welcome to your reading, and hello to Allison. She's my Etsy client, and I designated this pile specifically for her. But if you felt called to this reading, it means this same message applies to you as well. So let's take a look at what's going on in you guys' careers and how you should be moving forward. We have the Magician. Very powerful. What a great card to start with. Oh my gosh, these are two amazing cards for a career reading. The Emperor. So there's some Aries energy coming in here. Wow, we have the Nine of Pentacles. You guys picked the best pile yet, I think. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Wow. I don't even need to look at the rest of we'll look at the rest of the cards, but you guys are in a strong position to own and run a business or a large company and make enough money to where those of you that are married and you rely on half of your spouse's income, like you guys have the ability to pull in enough money to where your spouse doesn't even need to work, like just a lot of abundance here. And this is something that is creative or emotionally fulfilling in some sense, or it touches people's heartstrings, whatever it is you're creating or doing. Let's see what the other tarot cards have. Okay, we have stage 3 of values, but it is reversed. It says not a high-level job, not a job that requires a high level of skill. Working alone, not in a position to lead or teach others, not in a job or place where your skills and talents are being utilized. So I think a lot of you are currently feeling very burnt out in your current job. And maybe a lot of your time is spent managing things or people, and it's not really fulfilling you. And that's what caused you to come to this reading. So I think that you guys need to be able to work on your own, be in charge of yourself. But I do think for those of you that already own businesses and are feeling burnt out by the business, it's because you need to hire someone that can take care of the day-to-day things that are really stressful and boring. Like if you sell online and a lot of your time is being spent like packaging and shipping things, it's not the business that has you burnt out. It's these boring little tasks that have nothing to do with your creative powers and your abilities. Those need to be delegated to somebody else to do. So that way you can grow the business to the next level, okay? You guys are not meant to take care of the mundane tasks. You're meant to be the creative power behind what it is you're doing. So don't be afraid to trust other people or pay someone else to do those little things. And you might be worried because you're thinking, well, if I am paying someone to do the shipping, for example, that's cutting into my profit. So I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I can afford that. Yes, you can. You will see that as soon as you do that, you are going to be able to double, triple, quadruple your profits, because your mental energy is no longer going to be wasted on these mundane things that just drain you, okay? So you will see the payback from that quickly. Let's see what other tarot cards we have. We have the Sun of Air. And then we have this is 5 of Cups. So it's about disappointment. So perhaps some of you had actually hired someone to do these things for you and it didn't turn out great. Maybe they quit, or they weren't reliable, or they screwed something up. But I feel like that was just that one person. So I think you just need to train someone else. There's going to be other people that can do it, if that makes sense. Others of you are trying to get the hang of what you're doing, and maybe you've made some mistakes along the way, and that's causing you to question whether or not you're meant for this. But you absolutely are. We kind of have to expect that we're going to screw something up at some point, but that doesn't mean we should question, our entire identity or what it is that we're after. And it could have had something to do with like a communication or something online with that Sun of Air. You guys are still at that page stage, the student stage. Those types of mess ups or misjudgments are going to become more and more infrequent the longer you keep going, okay? All right, we have Taurus, the bombshell. We have Uranus, revolution. This is also about online. We have Saturn, the administrator. We have the prostitute. It says, accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirits. Okay, a message just came to my head. We'll get to that after I get through these cards. We have the martyr. It says learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. We have the South Node, don't let your past hold you back. We have the Wolf, and it says beware of letting your wilder instincts spin out of control. We have Moon in Scorpio. Negative attitudes and fiery arguments are possible at this time. Channel your energies into positive physical activities like decorating or gardening. And then we have Grace and Gratitude, which says through gratitude, joy expands. Okay, so with the administrator, I'm just getting further confirmation that you need to outsource some of what you're doing, okay? With the prostitute and the martyr card, this is telling me that another thing that has felt, there may be decisions that you're making about your business or what it is that you're creating that don't feel true to who you are. Like maybe you've noticed that something is kind of trending, so you're like, I'll just make that because I know it will sell. And so you're straying away like from what really made you want to go into this business or this career path. And you feel like you have to do that, like, oh, well, that's just kind of what has to be done. You know, I only have to do this thing until I'm successful enough that then I can, you know, do what I want. But right now I kind of have to follow the trends. That's not true. And your business will start to grow once you allow yourself to do things that truly separate you from what's already going on out there, that become your little niche, the thing or the thing that people know you for. So you need to stop doing things that are already so oversaturated. The market's already got a million of those, and because that's not going to be your path to success. You don't have to sell out, you know, and go towards the things that you truly wanted to do when you started this career path. Okay, so that's a big thing. Don't compromise yourself. Because that's what's draining you here. And I do this too, don't let your past hold you back. You may have gotten to a point in your career where you think, well, I can't shift it up. You know, even though this doesn't really align with me, I can't shift it up now because, you know, I've already been doing this for so long. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, and you're meant to. So don't be scared of that. You might be scared that if I'm no longer offering this service or doing this thing anymore, I'm going to lose all the followers or subscribers or clients that I have. No, you won't. You're just going to become more interesting, and you're going to get to a point where the current clients or subscribers or people that you have are actually going to find you unique enough that they'll start telling other people about you without you having to ask. It's just going to happen naturally because you're going to be standing out. You're going to be so unique at that point. So I think that once you start doing that, really take the mask off, really bring everything down to the core of why you started this business, why you started this career path, and making it 1,000% authentic, okay? Everything you're creating and doing needs to be authentic to what you truly believe in, what is truly connected to your passions, not what the market is saying or doing, not what seems to be selling. You are meant to create something new and unique, and that's totally you. And then, of course, outsource these boring things that aren't part of what you're good at. You know, you're a creative, you're the magician. You shouldn't be bothered with shipping labels or, I don't know, customer emails or whatever it is that's really draining you. Once you do those things, you're going to feel that passion and excitement that you felt at the beginning of this career path when you were first starting out, which I think is what you're wanting to get back to. So just take those steps, and it's going to feel brand new all over again. But you guys are on the right path, okay? Just a few adjustments need to be made. So comment below, let me know how this resonated, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe before you leave. That way I can provide you with more pick a card readings in the future. All right, I love you guys. Bye.